That bounce back win you guys have after Arizona, does that kind of typify who this team is and the way the season's gone so far?
I think that's kind of been characteristic of our team. I think our team has met a lot of challenges this year, has stepped up to the plate. A couple of times we didn't, but I think our group has been pretty good that way.
What did you have to say to them the day before that Arizona State game, or did you?
Oh, we talked about the difference in the first half and the second half against Arizona. We acknowledged that Arizona was a very good basketball team, but we also acknowledged that they were the same team we played in the first half. There were some things that we didn't do. Now, they imposed their will on us, maybe to cause us to shrink a little bit mentally, but still in all, if we play the way we're supposed to play, that's what we need to concentrate on, and we can be okay. So when we go back and play in this next game, it's over. Arizona's over. Let's make sure we do what we're supposed to do. And our guys were totally dialed in from the beginning.
You have a 24-hour rule on that, like football teams do?
We don't.
Ancient history?
We don't say the 24-hour rule per se, but we talk about having a short memory and make sure you learn from the experience.
Andrew has been so clutch in the last 5 minutes. Is there a conscious effort to try and pace him or save him for those moments?
We definitely try to get him a little rest in the first half because he is playing a lot of minutes, and those are physical minutes that he's playing. But he's in pretty good condition. He's in really good shape. And there were a couple of games this year, I think an overtime game here earlier, where he had played quite a few minutes and was able to get a steal and really elevate for a dunk. So it shows you the kind of condition he is and how strong his legs are. So he's able to handle it.
Do you watch your team now compared to maybe what it looked like in the Bahamas? Where do you think you've improved the most?
Well, our level of confidence, we're a lot more sure of ourselves because we're a lot more sure of what we're doing in terms of our system. In the Bahamas, we're still learning. It was really, really early. We're still trying to determine roles and what's a good shot, what's not a good shot for each individual. A lot of that stuff was going on, and the defensive instincts weren't close to being there. And I think now guys understand much more what we're trying to do, what's our purpose out there on the floor. So I think we're playing much more purposeful basketball right now.
Mentioned confidence, and it seems like David's a guy who has a lot of that. He pulls the trigger without hesitation on those 2 possessions in the second half at ASU. Do you need him to be that kind of guy who's just going to shoot with no conscience?
We've told him from day one, you got the green light, David.
Yeah.
So, we just don't want early contested shots. But I think good scorers and good shooters, every now and then will take a bad shot. Every now and then. And as far as I'm concerned, we'll give you that. Every now and then that's going to happen. But we want scorers and shooters to play with the utmost confidence. And that's a process to learn how to do that. There's a balance, but he plays with a lot of confidence, which is good.
That move where he runs the baseline and then does the turnaround 3, is that just something that he's always naturally done? Because it looks awkward, even being lefty and all that other stuff. But
I'm kind of finding that out, that that's something he's always done. But it's one thing when he is sprinting, spacing the floor is what we call it. You're spacing the floor, you're not standing. But on the move, he does such a good job of turning and getting his feet set that he can catch it and go right back up with it.